Who of you likes vintage steel bikes? A lot of you asked if I can paint a vintage steel bike as well, and if you ask, I will do it, but I like to do a little special. What I will do in this video is Cromovelato. And Cromovelato is an Italian style of painting vintage steel bikes. It was very common between the 70s and 80s. The older guys of you know what I mean. Don't mix it with gelato, the Italian ice cream. It's Cromovelato, chromo, chrome and velato, shaded chrome. I like to do the shaded chrome effect as well, also with vibrant colors. And to do that, we need a vintage steel frame, of course. And here I have a vintage steel frame, a cinelli. It's a used chrome-plated frame, not 100% perfect. There are some imperfections and some rust. And the pre-owner did some things which makes it not 100% perfect, but it's good enough to show you the Cromovelato effect. And only a few people can do it because you need a special painting system and you need a special primer to paint direct on the chrome-plated surface. If you don't have it, you run in bad trouble and the complete paint job will peel off. So you need that to do it. I have it, so let's do it and let's go. Let's talk about the frame, the cinelli. As I mentioned before, it's a used frame and it was painted before, so the pre-owner sanded some areas, maybe because of rust, and my chrome plating is no longer perfect. You can see it here on the top tube, also on the lugs. And if you are a perfectionist and want a 100% perfect Cromovelato effect, you need also a new chrome plating, because we will use inks added to a clear coat, and these translucent and transparent colors show every little imperfection on the frame. And if you want it perfect, you have to polish the frame and you have to add a new chrome plating as well. I don't do chrome plating because of financial reasons, so this frame's good enough for me. I like to show you the technical things of the paint job, so let's talk about the painting system. What I will use is a special primer, the Cromovelato primer, and that's needed and a must-have for any chrome-plated surface, also for polished aluminum. It sticks on the metal. If you don't have it, your paint job won't stick, and yeah, you run into trouble. You have a waste of time, material and effort, so that's what you need. If you don't have it, you can't do it. What I use as well is the Cromovelato clear coat, a high solid clear coat, two components, the clear coat and the hardener. And I will add also the Cromovelato inks into this clear coat. I bought a yellow ink, also a blue ink, because my favorite color is green. And what I like to do is a fade from the front to the back of the frame. I like to start on the head tube with blue, a green fade in the middle, and I will end with yellow on the chainstays, also on the seat stays. That's what I like to do. What I don't like to do is I don't like to paint the lugs. They are chromed as well and not so bad, so I have to mask them. So let's take some masking tape, also a knife, and let's mask these lugs. And when we have done that, we can change to the paint booth, we can degrease the frame, and we can add the primer first. Let's do it. Yeah, the frame is masked and the next step is mixing the primer. We need a cup, a scale and of course the primer. Mixing ratio is 5 parts of primer, 2 parts of the hardener and 1 part of thinner. So let's mix it. Let's add some hardener. And also a little bit of thinner. Let's take a sieve and let's load the guns. That's it. Let's have some fun in the paint booth. It is very important that you degrease your frame very well before you spray the primer to remove any dust and the grease from your fingerprints. If there's any grease or dust left, the primer won't stick and that can cause bad trouble. So take your time and clean every of these tubes. You can use cleaning alcohol to do that. And here, take your time, some minutes, 5 to 10 minutes maybe. And when you've done that, you can put on your spray mask and you can apply the primer. Back from the paint booth, that's the result. The whole frame is covered in primer and the next step is like every time sanding. So what we need is, wet sander and also a scuff pad. Make it wet and then sand the frame. But be careful, don't remove the primer, you need it later on. Scuff it until you have an absolutely matte surface. We need a complete matte frame. That's what you have to do. It takes maybe an hour and when we are done, we can do the fun part, sticking on the stencils and spraying color. All the stencils are sticked on the frame, and now it's time for the coolest thing in custom painting, mixing the tints and the clear coat and spraying the fade. I have to pick all the material we need, so I'm back in a minute to show you how it's done. These are all the things we need: some cups, wooden sticks, sieves, of course the tints. And I start again with the primer because it's thicker than the clear coat, and that is much better to mix the tints. I need also the hardener and some thinner, and what I will do is I will place 3 cups, 1, 2, 3 for 3 colors. I start with the yellow, I need a green, also the blue, and what we have to do is we have to mix again the primer, but this time also with the tints, and the mixing ratio is 5 times primer, 2 times of the hardener, and maximum 3% of the tint, and that's what I have to do 3 times. 3 times. And let's do it with 1 color. So come a bit closer and I show you how to add the tint. I've mixed the yellow, also the blue on the scale, and now we can put these 2 colors together to create a green. That's very simple. Put some yellow in the cup. Maybe half of the color. And now add blue until you like the color. Be careful, because the blue is much stronger than the yellow. So you don't need much to create a cool green color, only a little bit. And as you can see, it turns light green. Now I have to be fast, so let's change to the paint booth and let's apply these 3 colors on the frame. I like to show you the trick how to spray the fade using only 1 mini spray gun. So let's use this one. Needle nozzle combination is 0.8 millimeter, and I'll show you how to do that. 3 colors, 1 spray gun. Let's do the trick. Here we are, and what I will do is I will start with the lightest color, the yellow, in my spray gun, and I will add darker colors, darker, the green, the blue, so I don't need to clean these guns to spray a fade. And yeah, the frame is prepared. Don't forget to degrease it again. I have to fill in some color, I have to put on my spray mask, and then I can spray the fade. So let's do it. As mentioned, I will start with the yellow. So let's put in some of the yellow in the spray gun. Maybe 10 to 20 milliliter, not more. And let's start with the fade. I will start on the chain stays and seed stays. I spray them until I reach the seed tube. Not the complete seed tube, I will end maybe 10 centimeters before the seed tube. Let's do it. That's what I did so far, the yellow on the back. My spray gun is empty, and now I can add direct the green into the gun. I don't need to clean it because I add color, and when I start with the lightest color, I can do that this way. And we like to do a fade, so it's a fade inside the spray gun and also on the frame. Let's do the green. There's still some green in my spray gun, but I like to tint it a little bit. So what I'll do is I add some blue, not much, only some drops. So I get a darker green, darker shade of green. Let's add some blue. Let's mix it inside the spray gun. And now we can spray a darker shade of green in the middle of the top tube and also in the middle of the down tube. Just spray the color until the spray gun is empty, and the last step is to add the pure blue to the spray gun to spray the top tube, also the head tube and a part of the down tube. Last color, last step. And that is how you can spray a fade paint job using only one spray gun. The color has to cure maybe an hour and a half. Then we can remove all the stencils, and the last step is the clear coat. So let's wait an hour, let's eat a good pizza, and when that is done, I like to show you how to remove the stencils. Maybe I change something inside the stencils, I add some red, I'm not really sure, and when I've done that, I do the clear coat and the paint job's done. And here it comes, the frame with the fade paint job. Check this, what a juicy color. Isn't it nice? Next step is to remove all the decals, the stencils, to add some red in the cinelli logo, and to add the clear coat for a perfect finish. So let's start with the decals, let's peel them off, and let's enjoy the Cromovelato, the chrome underneath, and the nice color on the frame. Yeah, that's it. Let's change to the paint booth and let's apply the clear coat. Yeah, that's it. The clear coat cured an hour in the paint booth, and as you can see, I didn't change the vintage characteristics of the frame. You can see all the imperfections of the chrome through the Cromovelato effect. It's still a vintage steel bike, but with a juicy color on top. And if you like it, that's the way you can do it. I have to demask all the locks. I like to show you the turntable footage. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you're into custom painting, check also all my other videos in my channel here, and see you in one of my next videos. Goodbye.